to a Hope 1032 podcast.
Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, left the Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, where for 40 days he was tempted by the devil. He ate nothing during those days, and at the end of them he was hungry. Luke chapter 4, verses 1 and 2 from the New International Version. Jesus had just been baptized by John in the Jordan River. God spoke, Luke chapter 3, verse 22, "You are my Son, whom I love. With you I am well pleased." Jesus was full of the Holy Spirit and was led into the desert for the next part of his ministry. Jesus' 40 days in the wilderness, or the desert, is a mirror of Israel spending 40 years in the wilderness, as recorded in Exodus. You'll recall that the Israelites, freed from slavery in Egypt, complained bitterly about what they had to go through. When they had the opportunity to go into the Promised Land, they did not trust God, but were afraid, so he had them wander in the desert for 40 years. You can read in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 1 to 5, where Moses reflects on Israel's time in the desert. Note in verse 2, "Remember how God led you all the way in the wilderness those 40 years to humble you and test you in order to know what was in your heart, whether or not you would keep his commands." Jesus was led into the desert where he was hungry and tempted by the devil for 40 days. The hunger is not surprising. The tempting of Jesus is the heart of this. Will the Son of God succumb to the wiles of the devil because he is weak, at his most vulnerable, and his resistance is lowest? Will he keep God's commands? This week's series looks into these questions and how Jesus was obedient to God through it all. We can take full confidence from Jesus. I'm David Barker.
Hope 1032. Thanks for listening.